Hello everyone, thank you for joining. In this webinar, I will be sharing with you the latest developments in 3D printing, and I believe you will be impressed with the most recent 3D printer from Stratasys, the J750. In addition to sharing its technical functionalities, you will also see some stunning 3D printed models. My name is Lynn Glenda Pinto. I'm an industrial production engineer and I handle marketing and communications at D2M Solutions in Dubai. For those of you not familiar with D2M Solutions, the company is unique in the Middle East for supplying end-to-end design to manufacturing solutions, and hence the name D2M. We are the gold reseller of Stratasys, and additionally, we have the largest professional 3D printing facility in the Middle East. In case of any queries, please send them across in the chat window, and towards the end of the webinar, if time permits, I will try and answer all your questions. Let's have a quick look at our agenda. You will see how 3D printing is disrupting the manufacturing processes, a bit about PolyJet technology, and the rest of the webinar will be all about the latest new generation 3D printer, its technical specifications, materials, applications, so on and so forth. So why is 3D printing a disruptive technology? 3D printed prototyping is quite simply revolutionizing product design, and the ability to turn your vision into reality in a matter of hours not only accelerates the manufacturing cycle, it also means that you have more time and opportunities to perfect design before production. And hence, prototyping is clearly one of the dominant applications in additive manufacturing. According to a survey conducted by Stratasys in 2015, 23% of all prototypes are made using 3D printing. It is slowly replacing the traditional methods such as CNC, injection molding, etc. Taking a closer look at the survey, you'll notice 3D printing in prototyping has an addictive effect. Once used, there's no looking back, and it becomes far and away the most popular technology. Stratasys develops and manufactures two of the most versatile and widely used 3D printing technologies that are available today. Those are FDM, Fused Deposition Modeling, and PolyJet technology. And since the new printer we are dealing with works on the principle of the PolyJet technology, I will explain a bit more about it. PolyJet 3D printing works similarly to inkjet printing, but instead of jetting drops of ink onto paper, the PolyJet process extrudes a liquid resin that can be cured with UV light, and this continues layer upon layer until the model is complete. And PolyJet offers us multicolor options, rubber-like and transparent materials, and also gives us smooth surfaces. With typical 3D printing processes, workflow can pose a challenge as it's not easy to smoothly get from design to production to finished product. And this makes it a cumbersome and complex process. So what if you could streamline the workflow? So you design a part, you add color, it's then sent to the printer and you have your finished product with minimal post-processing like painting or assembly. And so the good news is that it is now possible. And hence we say that Stratasys has reinvented 3D printing. Now let's have a look at how far we've come since PolyJet technology was first introduced. Eden of Objet series was the first polyjet 3D printer that was released in 2004. It was a single material 3D printer. Moving on to 2014, Connex was introduced and we could print up to 3 different materials. Come 2016 and 3D printing has been reinvented. Now you have the ability to print up to 6 different materials in one go. The best only gets better. With advanced photopolymer materials, its own innovative new software, the PolyJet Studio, and groundbreaking technology, presenting to you the world's only full-color, multi-material, high-resolution 3D printer, the Stratasys J750. A hallmark of Stratasys J750 is its true full-color capability, which is a breakthrough in 3D printing technology. And the ability to 3D print with various colors is not new, but previous offerings forced users to sacrifice either the color range or part quality. The Stratasys J750 changes this by producing smooth plastic parts with over 360,000 colors. Let's look at some technical specifications of J750. You can have a resolution of 1800 dpi, PolyJet Studio software with plenty of creative options, 6 material channels, and a maximum build size of 49 by 39 by 20 centimeters. We will go in depth with some of these details in upcoming slides. We have great material versatility and immense number of composite materials. You can print realistic prototypes, presentation models, digital ABS injection molds, production parts, or all of these with just one system. That's not all. The speed at which digital materials, such as digital ABS, can be printed has increased by twofold. In J750, you get new print heads with 6 material channels. This means increased speed, increased material options, and increased utility. Double the number of nozzles means better accuracy, speed, and material yields, and with more options on color, transparency, materials, and decoration. The capacity to use 6 base resins lets you have countless color options and fewer material changes. In fact, virtually no material changeovers since you can load 6 different build materials plus 1 support material. A little more about the latest innovative software, the PolyJet Studio. PolyJet Studio is the next generation of Objet Studio software, and it offers multiple improvements for workflow efficiency. Using PolyJet Studio software makes processing your part very easy. And the software includes an intuitive interface that makes it easy to choose materials. You can also optimize the build and manage print queues. Once the parameters of the part are selected, you just have to click the print button to start the build. It's a hands-off process and it doesn't require the operator's attention while it's building, enabling them to focus on other priorities. Another software advantage is the server functionality built into the 3D printer. This allows several users to work on the same printer for greater efficiency. The software's visual enhancements include a darker background, and on-screen color has been improved for choosing colors more precisely, and you can see the model's full material properties at all times. Some other options include importing VRML and texture mapping. You can also save custom color palettes, so you don't have to create new ones each time. You can mix color, you can make it transparent, and you can even define levels of opacity. Most importantly, you can have what you see is what you get print previews as well. These are just a few of the many features on this software. Let's discuss the endless possibilities we can achieve through the 6 material channels. With the J750, you can make better and faster design decisions. This printer can also do things that weren't possible before at all. One system can cover all your application needs. You can print presentation models to functional models. And the best part of it all is that operating this printer requires less expertise, less manpower, very little post-processing, and the time to part is also considerably reduced with the J750. In a nutshell, this is where we're getting at. With the Stratasys J750, you can not only produce prototypes and production parts, but also tools and assembly aids like this color-coded fuse box installation guide. You can also create concept models featuring multiple colors, textures, moving parts, all in a single build. This full-color multi-material athletic shoe was 3D printed in one piece, and it incorporates a variety of materials representing a range of short A values. This glossy telescope model and its decorative Milky Way finish is another stunning example of the J750's amazing abilities. I have a quick question for you. Is this real sushi? Don't try to eat it. Incredible realism there, thanks to the Stratasys J750 3D printer. One of the drawbacks of existing color 3D printing processes is the relatively rough surface finish. In contrast, the Stratasys J750 can print as low as 14 microns in high quality mode with fine layer thicknesses, and this results in enabling high surface quality and the creation of models and parts with very fine and delicate details. The ability to see, touch and hold realistic prototypes can be a very powerful tool. With the J750, you can get color texture capability, which means rigid opaque parts can be 3D printed with a variety of realistic patterns like wood grain, photographs, or even illustrations. Let me take you through a customer's story to find out how they greatly benefited from the J750. Synergy, a product development company, was asked to redesign a keypad for an emergency response system which mounts above the rearview mirror. They had to test which model would best fit the car's interior and pass ergonomic and mechanical testing. Each iteration included soft touch buttons, backlighting, graphics, housing, and internal connections to the electronic panel. And before the J750, Synergy's prototyping manager would have had to tap several vendors to create a single keypad panel prototype, say from CNC machining, water printing, casting for the light pipes, etc. It would have taken 10 days to 2 weeks to create at a cost of $700 per unit. With the Stratasys J750, it took them just hours and only cost $200 per unit. With the J750, you can now produce the prototypes as intended by the designer. You don't have to compromise on the color because of its ability to offer over 360,000 colors. You can now produce the prototype as realistic as the final part, and you can also define color placement with precision and control and produce accurate textures. You may also achieve a large variety of textile textures and colors, produce the full model on a single tray, including all color combinations and rubber-like parts. You can also forgo the cost of material replacements by keeping 6 different materials loaded at all times. Let's have a look at how the Stratasys J750 fits in real-world applications. Here you may see how clear and colored structures come together to create an accurate educational model of the human hand. This liver model was created to prepare for a liver transplant procedure to show the surgeon where the critical structures are, and this helped the surgeon avoid unnecessary cutting during the actual procedure. This is a rigid model of the human heart displaying precise structural details. These anatomical models can be used for surgery preparation as well as educational purposes. I believe that the J750 is the dream come true for every consumer products designer and rapid prototyping managers because they need realistic and convincing concept models and prototypes to win their customers' approval. Not just that, they will need several models, each with different characteristics. These models can be produced in a time and cost-efficient way with the Stratasys J750. It not only shortens the development cycle by allowing them to create as many models as needed, but also much faster and more lifelike than ever before. Research institutions use 3D printing as a key tool in innovation. Universities use 3D printing to empower students to develop knowledge aimed at solving some of the biggest global challenges. They expose these students to cutting-edge technologies to elevate the typical learning model from just thinking and writing to actually putting the ideas into tangible form. The 3D printer lets students hold the ideas in their own hands. Once they cross this threshold, they have a whole new perspective on the design process. The Stratasys professional 3D printers are widely used across universities to give students access to real-life technology and also a chance to collaborate with leading manufacturers worldwide. It is also important for students to be introduced to the professional and industrial grade 3D printers from early on. 3D printing has also advanced research and understanding of human evolution, and one example is its use of 3D modeling and 3D printing to enhance the investigation of Neanderthal brain evolution. 3D printing also lets archaeologists study fossils in new and different ways. As we know, 3D printing is not new to art and design works. We have seen designers create unique geometries and seemingly impossible shapes with unusual combinations of colors and materials. Here are some artistic models by artists Jose Sanchez and Nick Kervinick. These are again some of the fantastic abilities of the J750. Our end vision is to provide our customers with a breathtaking experience. And here are some benefits which include a 3-year warranty. For more details, you may please contact us on the email address listed here, marketing@d2m-solutions.com. Thank you for your participation, and before I take up any questions, I would like to make an announcement. We have a medical webinar, Innovating Healthcare Through 3D Printing, which is scheduled next week. Those interested, please contact us and we will send you the registration link. I will now take up some questions. Our first question is from Mohammed. I have heard talk that there can be issues with the print heads with the polyjet systems. Could you comment on this? Mohammed, I believe it boils down to how well the engineers take care of the system. For example, we have a Connex machine in our facility and it has never required a head replacement. I believe that's because our engineers take care while operating the system. However, in order to cover any eventuality, as mentioned here, the J750 comes with a 3-year warranty on all parts and also 8 print heads per year. So I believe you should feel safe that you're covered when it comes to the print heads. And our next question is from Rami. How easy is it to transfer color from design onto a printable file? This is possible because of the new software, the PolyJet Studio. This wasn't possible before because in PolyJet Studio you have the ability to import your VRML files and then you can print your model with full color capabilities. I hope I've answered your question. Our next question is, how suitable is this system for creating accurate surgical planning tools? This question is from Dr. Mumtaz. The answer would be that as we have seen in one of our previous slides, we have the ability to print multicolor, multi-material models, and I believe this gives the surgeons the most accurate representation of the CT data or the MRI scan data. And also the ability to print clear parts enhances the usefulness of these models. And as mentioned earlier, we have a medical webinar coming up, and I believe you'll get a complete overview of how 3D printing works with the medical sector. Our next question is from Victor. I understand that it is possible to print in flexible material that is black, but is it possible also to print flexible material that is transparent? Victor, this is possible because we have a material called Tango Plus, and this material has flexible properties. It can be combined with a color to create your own tints or opacities. Arif has a question. Can I print mixed trays? For those of you who are not aware of what mixed trays is, mixed tray is the ability to print different material properties at once. So with the triple jetting system like J750, you have the ability to print mixed trays. For example, you can print a part that is flexible and black and another part that is rigid and transparent in the same build job. And it is possible, yes. We have a question from Paul. I have heard that PolyJet technology is office friendly. What do you mean by this? I believe PolyJet technology can be called office friendly because of the non-messy post-processing, and it doesn't require any specialized facilities. Also, the resins come in sealed cartridges, whereas the other wax-based technologies, the liquid resins are exposed to the environment or the operator. In this case, it comes sealed. So I believe it is office friendly because of these reasons. Partha has a question. How can we know how much a part will cost us before we print? Uh, the J750 comes with a pre-processing software where this software very accurately calculates the time needed to print the part as well as the quantity of resin that will be used. And this will give you an idea of how much your part is going to cost before you even start printing. Our next question is from Obaid. Please explain the dental applications on the new printer. Well, Obaid, as of now, the J750 doesn't print with materials that are used by the dental industry. However, there is a dedicated line of Stratasys 3D printers which use materials that are required by the dental industry. It also includes some materials which can be cast using specialized casting processes. If you need more details on the dental line, please contact us at marketing@d2m-solutions.com and we will get back to you on that. I will have to wind up now. Thank you for your participation and have a great day.